What's up everyone, my name is Tom and welcome to Player TV. Today, thanks to the guys at Razer, we're taking a look at their Ornata Chroma Meme-chanical keyboard. First of all though, roll on that intro. So, the Razer Ornata Chroma keyboard. What is it? What does it do? What can it do? And should you buy one? So, as I've said, this is the Razer Ornata, and what we have here is the Chroma version. This particular one here happens to be a limited edition Destiny 2 version, but that's irrelevant. This is basically an Ornata Chroma. The particular one has a pretty pattern on it and a different logo. But what this is a Meme-chanical keyboard. We're going to go into a bit more about what that is later on, but effectively it's a membrane keyboard with a mechanical feel sort of thing. Well, I will delve more into that a little bit later, but as I've said, this is a full keyboard, comes with a wrist rest, has braided cable, it's got RGB lighting. Okay, yeah, it's not the main things about this are the switch type and the RGB. So we're going to delve into it and see what we've got. Now in the box, basically what you get was a little instruction manual with some stickers, a keyboard with a cable attached, and a nice magnetic wrist rest. This was something I really like. Now a lot of keyboards use these sort of strange clips and things. They get broken, they get damaged. This I really like. It's a really soft faux leather, pleather, it's fake, but really soft, nice and comfortable to use. Magnetic one, and it literally just sort of sticks, and as you can see it's got quite a bit of strength to it, so it's not going to fall off. It does sort of push side to side a little, but it won't come forwards, and you've got to be doing something weird to get it to push sideways. Okay. Then the actual keyboard, it's a full standard 104 keyboard. This one is a UK version. Braided cable, which if I turn the keyboard over, as you can see, there is cable routing. Okay, you've got three options, straight out the back, left and right. Little lift up latches to give yourself a bit of height, should you like height. Me personally, every single keyboard I ever use is raised. I don't like them flat to the desk. It's a nice long cable. The standard Ornata comes with a plain black cable. This one's black and white. Little cable management bit on the end, always handy to do a bit of travelling or just to coil up that excess cable you've got sitting under your desk. So that is the main keyboard. As I said, it's just a standard 104 keyboard. There's no fancy macro keys or anything like that. But what you do have, the main thing about this keyboard, which is what I also found was the hardest thing to review about this keyboard, is the switches. Now they are what is called what Razer call a Meme-chanical. What you've basically got is almost a mechanical switch with a membrane sensor sort of thing. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. You've got the action of a mechanical switch, okay, the top part, but then the actual electronic process is done by a membrane. And the keycaps do pull off, and as we can see, in there is the little rubber dome you would find traditionally on a mechanical keyboard. And what I liked about this type of switch the most is the lack of key wobble. If you take any Cherry MX switch keyboard, doesn't matter, this one's a Cooler Master one, but it doesn't matter, you have a lot of key wobble. Okay, the keys, they wobble up, down, left, right, side to side. The Razer ones, because of the way they're held, on a traditional one, you've literally got that little stem on a standard keycap. That little stem doesn't have a massive amount of support when it comes to left-right wiggle movement. But the Razer Meme-chanical ones are supported around the outside of the keycap, all the way around. You've got a much bigger area, and that just makes these very solid keycaps, and I really like them. Now the other thing that's quite obvious, actually I will put up a quick picture just to show you how this works, so it'll be overlaid about here. And the other thing I really like that Razer always do well, Razer do their RGB very well. Okay. As always, this is controlled by Razer's Synapse with the Chroma plugin. You can map all of your keys. You've got the Hypershift key, so you can map what would be Y with the Hypershift key to do millions of macros. So yes, you do have macro keys using the function, but there's no dedicated macros. All done within Razer Synapse. Great bit of software. I will say now though, if you have any problems with the Razer software, uninstall all of your RGB management software, all of your keyboard and mouse management software. Remove all of them. Install the Razer one first, then add the rest in sequence. Because I had quite a lot of problems. Spoke with guys at Razer and they went, "What else have you got installed?" Me being me, I had the Corsair software, the SteelSeries, I had everything. So uninstalled everything from scratch, installed the Razer software, then added the rest. No more issues. So do remember that one. So anyway, back to the software. Like I said, the one thing that Razer always do very well is their RGB. And you just have to look at the keyboard to see how uniform it is. Because the lights are inside the switches, and then you've got this frosted dispersion plate, would be the best way to describe it. The glow is really nice and even. It doesn't look like individual keys. Obviously you can change the LEDs on every single key, but it doesn't look individual, it flows. It's nice and smooth. But there we go, we've taken a look at the keyboard. Like I said, I've shown you just what it is. It's got a very nice action. The best way to describe the action of these Meme-chanical switches, they're a bit like cherry blues. Okay, so they have a tactile bump. They are clicky, they are quite loud, they're quite firm. It took a little bit of getting used to. They are also mid-height switches, okay? So they're not quite laptop chiclets, but they're also not full-depth keycaps. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. Like I said, they are stiff, they're clicky, but I really liked them after getting used to them. I found this to be quite a difficult one to review in that, I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's expensive. This particular one is £99, also available in just plain green for £80. Still expensive, and it's not a real mechanical switch. But if you actually use it, you'll realise, well, not everyone, but some people will just like this. Don't think of this as a poor man's mechanical keyboard. Think of this as a different alternative to a mechanical keyboard. A bit like the new Huntsman with its optical switches. This is not a cheaper version of a mechanical switch. This is a different version, a completely different kind of switch. And some people like it. I personally have gotten to really like it. To start off with, I felt like I was spending £100 on a fake mechanical keyboard. Forget that. Look at it as a completely different type of keyboard, and it's great. Okay, I wouldn't normally recommend a £100 fake mechanical keyboard, but I'm not going to give it a platinum award because I do still think it's a little bit expensive. I will give it a gold award. We will give this, and I would make it £80. If it was 80, not 100, it would be great. But hey, it's Razer. Razer are never cheap. You do pay for the build quality, which you've definitely got. Okay, it is a lovely, well-built keyboard. No creaks, no groans, no flexing when bashing. Really good. On the whole, a great keyboard. I liked it a lot. So it's time for our final conclusion. Do I recommend it? Yes. Simple as that. Yeah, if you're in the market for a nice RGB keyboard, but you want something a little bit different, go down to your local computer shop that's got some of these, give it a bash. I'm not going to say go out and buy one without trying it, because I wouldn't recommend that, because it is different. Go out, find one where you can sit there and press the keys, okay? Do that, have a feel, see what you think of it. You might do what I did and fall in love with it eventually. And on that note, guys, that's the end of the video. It's been a great one seeing you all again. If you've liked my video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Let me know in the comments section below why you liked or disliked. And as always, if you want to see more of me and the rest of the channel, click that subscribe button. And bye for now.